What's up, people? G-Money out here in the garage getting ready for my own awards show. And I wanted to do a quick live stream. I'm tired, so it's probably not going to be super long. I'll see if you guys have any questions for me. Talk about the awards race. Obviously, big one yesterday, right? Because we got or last night, because we got the Critics' Choice Awards. That was huge. A couple big surprises there. Jacob Elordi, probably most notably, winning for Frankenstein. Probably the biggest surprise, I would say, overall. Even though as the night was going on, I wasn't too terribly surprised. I kind of felt the wave coming for Elordi, or for Frankenstein, really. And obviously he ended up benefiting there, which is great for him. That's really, really good. That also helps his chances big time on kind of getting over that hump, maybe over Sandler or maybe a couple others that were in the mix there too. Let me bring up my comment section in case we get some peeps to join. I just heard a little something, something. Yeah, there we go. Got to make sure to see. You know what? Hey, Smash, how are you? I got to make this bigger because I don't know why it does this every single time. But there we go. And I'm glad you're here. Joey, what's going on, man? I see you there as well. Thanks for being here. So I'm going to do a little shameless plug for this because I'm assuming people will watch this later as well. But I know Smash knows because she's a channel member. And Joey, I know you're a regular, but I can't remember if you're a member. I'm so sorry, buddy. But if you are, then obviously you know as well. But my channel members are my committee for the nominees for this, and it's tomorrow night. So I'm excited. We're going to be announcing the nominees for the Garage Awards. This is the 8th year that I've done it. It's my own movie awards, very similar to, any other award show that you would see televised. And I'm pumped. I'm actually concerned, though, because I usually have a much more hands-on approach to this award show, but this year I just let my members pick. So I'm hoping that Ariana shows up. I'm hoping that Timothy shows up. Some of my favorites, but we'll see. We'll see. But I wanted to talk about that tonight, and thinking that if folks watch it between now and tomorrow night, maybe that'll spread the word a little bit too. Now I got to make this. Anthony's got his paragraph up here, but that's cool. Let me bring it down here maybe. How about that? Yeah, there we go. He says, and by the way, hit me with any questions. I'm probably only going to do like a half hour tonight or whatever, unless there's like a ton of people with a ton of questions. I'll stick around for as long as I can. But tomorrow is going to be a long day for me, and I got to do the award show tomorrow night. So, well, not the award show, but the nomination special. I'm looking forward to it. So hit me with any questions you guys have about award season or anything else, or my own award show. Hopefully you guys can tune in for that. It'll be live tomorrow night at 9:30. Let's see. He says, Anthony says, I think Elordi or Skarsgård is going to be the Oscar winner because of constant vote splitting between the One Battle Boys. I'm starting to think that as well. I always get concerned about that, right? Anyway, I mean, just inherently because, it's a strong film, of course, but each performance is going to come with its own fans and people that respond to him for different reasons. I've had people very, very passionate in my comment section about Jacob Elordi and his performance. Same thing for Amy Madigan for Weapons. And I get it, I get it. But just as passionate as you are about that performance, somebody else is passionate about somebody else. So if it's in the same movie that's universally loved, then it just inherently is going to split votes, whether that's 80-20 or 50-50 or whatever it is. You got to imagine it's going to help somebody else. So in that case, I think Stellan's going to win the BAFTA. I mean, as I'm sitting here right now, that could change, obviously, depending on what happens in the next couple weeks. But I think Stellan's got the BAFTA. I would see, obviously, Elordi got the Critics' Choice. The Globes this weekend. I really don't know what the Globes are going to do. I don't know what the Globes are going to do in a lot of categories. Honestly, I've got to do my predictions video for that and update award expert and all that. I don't really know what to do with the Globes especially for the supporting performances. What's up, Kyle? I just mentioned that actually, but yes, I think he will. Honestly, what I think is that, and of course, I don't know. Just so you guys know, I don't know. Nobody knows. What I think is obviously Elordi's got his statue. At a minimum, he has the one statue, which was unexpected for the most part. So now he's definitely in the mix. Even if you thought he was before, now you really think he is. So then you're going to have another statue at the Golden Globes, which I don't think will be Elordi, just because the voting ended, I think, like an hour before the Critics' Choice Awards last night. So it's not like they saw him win and stuff like that. So I think that's going to go to like one of the one battle guys. Did Elordi get nominated at the Globes? I'm trying to remember. I think he did, right? Because they have so many nominees there. I'm pretty sure he did. But anyway, I still think it's going to be one of the one battle boys at the Globes. Probably Benicio del Toro. Sean Penn's not going to be there. They know that, you know. So that might hinder them a little bit from voting for him. And then when we get to the SAG Awards, that's Sean Penn. I would be surprised, even with the vote splitting, because he is so SAG-centric. So that's a performance that I expect to win at the SAG anytime there's like a veteran actor that's just like honing the craft. And then you get to BAFTA and you have Stellan Skarsgård winning. So you could have a situation where you have 4 different supporting actor winners at each major televised award show leading to the Oscars, which is really exciting. You know, it's not a Kieran Culkin situation by any means. So my comments keep disappearing. Let me pull it back up. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I'm going to put it on this other screen. So if it looks like I'm not looking at you guys, I am. Let's see. Let me go back a little bit here. Oh, thank you so much, Smash. Yeah, it's a lot of work. Yeah, I saw Yaney was here, my friend Chris Yaney. He's been around since I was doing it on the podcast even, which honestly was less work. Maybe I should go back to doing that without the video editing and all that stuff I have to do. But yeah, it's a lot of work, but I really enjoy doing it. It's I'm glad to have you guys involved this year. My hands are off in terms of like, I mean, I'm going to cast a ballot when they come out, but other than that, you guys picked it. I'm hoping it's very unique and diverse and eclectic and everybody gets representation, all that stuff. But at the same time, I'm not doing anything with it. So we'll see how it turns out. I was joking before you guys joined that I hope Ariana and Timothy show up in the nominees, but I don't know if you guys came through for me or not there. But thank you so much. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, what's up, SCW? I was going to do a short like half hour tonight, but I also wanted to test out a couple things that I have for the award show tomorrow night. So this kind of helps me do that a little bit. Let's see. Speaking of Yanni, he says, as you're one who doesn't watch TV, did any of last night's TV winners pique your interest? You know what? I was mostly irritated because they were spending so much time on the TV awards, and then they would do the film awards, which obviously I'm more invested in, and they would just like throw up title cards, and that would be it. And I'm like, I don't know if you guys saw my reaction, but it was like 10 movie awards with just like title cards on the screen. And none of those folks got speeches. I'm just like, but TV wise, what's the one with the gay hockey players that everybody's talking about? I want to watch that one. I just love when there's a show like that that's like so like just in the zeitgeist and just everybody's talking about it. What's that called? Somebody hit me in the comments with that. It's like something. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. Obviously, you know what I'm talking about if you've heard of it. But it's a show with hockey players that are gay and they have like this secret affair and stuff. Everybody's talking about that one right now. And they were talking about that on the red carpet last night. So I'm like, people know about this. So it just makes me want to kind of watch it and see what all the fuss is about. Joey says he's going to make a bold prediction, and it was just an accident. It's winning Best Picture. Oh, my God, that is a bold prediction, buddy. I felt something for Panahi for director, and I'm not going to make that prediction. I think it's PTA's year. But I felt similarly to what you're saying with Best Picture with that for director, because his narrative is so strong. It's a great movie. Probably the international winner, although Secret Agent is like picking up steam big time. Brazil's Secret Agent, so it's not as surefire anymore. But for picture, I mean, it's got to be one battle after another. If for some reason one battle didn't win, it's got to be Sinners. I'm not ranked voting system, you know. I don't know. I mean, you could be onto something, and it would definitely be a huge newsworthy upset if that were to happen. Let's see. SCW wants to know if I'll be checking out any of the highly doubtful, brother. Primate or Greenland 2. My son, who is 12 now, I think when the first Greenland came out, he was like 8, maybe 9 or 8 or 9, and he loved it. And I remember thinking it was like okay, but he's like also really kind of fascinated about like disaster movies and like disaster history. Like he loves Titanic, it's one of his favorite movies. Just anything that's like the world ending, which I don't know, it's kind of weird, I guess, but he's always kind of been into that. So he loved the first one. So I told him they were doing a sequel, and we do want to check it out. But it's definitely not going to be this week. This week is insane, as you guys know, for award season. But also with my own award show, I doubt it. And then Primate, I kind of dismissed it, but doesn't it have like really good reviews? I saw it too, so I'm like, okay, maybe I'll check that out too. You haven't missed anything, Courageous. I just got started, and I'm just kind of going through the comments, see if you guys have any questions. And I wanted to promote the Garage Awards, which, as you know, is tomorrow night. So that's the main thing. Anybody watching this now or in the future, there is a live link already on the channel. If you just click on the live tab, and you can bookmark it or notify yourself, turn on the bell, whatever the hell they call it. And it's tomorrow night at 9:30. I got a couple friends, my buddy JD, who does the podcast In Session Film. Also a lot of awards coverage on their podcast and website as well. And him and my friend Nicole, who is a fellow North Carolina film critic with me, they come on every year and they do the announcements for me, and this is the 3rd year in a row they've done that. So they'll be giving us the announcements tomorrow night. That's what the graphic on the screen there is all about. So hopefully you guys can tune in tomorrow night at 9:30 and check that out Eastern time. Let's see. Your reaction to Elordi winning was the least dramatic. I saw it coming. Let me see what you say here. Sorry. Because as you said in your reaction, you predicted it could happen. My favorite reaction of yours is when you spat out my coffee. Yeah, what was that for? That was when... what was that? That was when Wicked for Good missed, right? It missed for Nouvelle Vague, I think. That's right, because I was drinking my coffee out here, and I was thinking like, what was I thinking? Because they were going through the motions, and Blue Moon was even like kind of a surprise at the beginning of that announcement. I'm trying to remember what the order was, but I still was kind of like, yeah, Blue Moon makes sense. Like it didn't really shock me, you know what I mean? And then I was like, okay, Ann Lee missed. Testament of Ann Lee's out because Blue Moon's in. So then when it got down to those last couple, I was like, okay, One Battle, Wicked for Good, or whatever the last two in my head were. And they did Nouvelle Vague, One Battle. And I was like, what? And I fucking lost it. So just hearing Nouvelle Vague kind of like, because then I knew in my heart, without even really having time to process it, like of the movies that were likely going to be missing, it was going to be Wicked for Good. So yeah, as a super fan and not expecting it to miss there, especially it got nominated for everything leading up to that, which was also crazy. So I'm like, yeah, it's good. We're good. And then it didn't. So yeah, that was definitely a spit out my coffee situation. Smash says she also has Benicio getting the glow. Yeah. Yeah, like 3-card Monty. Yeah, I mean, somebody could double up. Who would that be? I mean, I don't think Stellan's going to get the SAG. I don't think he's getting that. I think that's Penn. Now, Benicio could double up there. So Benicio could get Globe and SAG, and then he's the strongest. And then Stellan gets BAFTA, and Penn gets left out. Penn could still be a possibility, but he doesn't have anything going into the Oscars. That could happen too. But it plays for a lot more drama when it's just a different winner every show. That's really exciting. Now, what would make it a little less exciting is Sean Penn's probably not going to be there, which is a bummer. So we won't hear his speech and see his reaction and his castmates with him and that kind of stuff. I mean, maybe he will if it gets to like the Academy Awards, but just he's been pretty outspoken about the whole award system, and he's not involved in the promotion of the film, really. I've seen him on a couple different things with the cast and stuff, but he's definitely not like campaigning for himself. If anything, he's campaigning for PTA probably. So that could also happen, but I like to think that it's going to be a 4-way, like what the hell. And, supporting actress is also a bit up in the air in the same regard, too. The supporting races are so much more interesting than last year. I'm going to have to miss the nomination announcement. No. But I understand. I see your comment there. I saw Dead Man's Wire, by the way. Have you seen it yet? I saw it. It was really good. It's actually in my... I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to do this video, though, because this week is insane, but it's on my top 10 most... or what did I call it? Top 10 movies that you haven't seen or that you haven't heard of or something like that. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. And I think if that had been a different situation, that could have actually been a player, especially for like Skarsgård's performance. Bill Skarsgård's in that. Really good. Yeah, dude, what was going on with that? I'm going to run through the comments pretty quickly. Sorry, guys. I'll catch up to you, I promise. Just keep asking questions if you want to. Yeah, that was the worst about last night. That was the worst thing for me about last night was the folks that won that just didn't get their moment, you know? So stupid. Like, I was watching the pre-show, which, by the way, some people don't watch that. You know, like I was only out here getting set up and I had my earbuds in and I'm like listening to the red carpet and all that shit like 10 minutes before the show starts, but I'm not like watching it. You know what I mean? It's on and I'm testing audio and that kind of stuff. And I hear them interviewing Kleber Mendoza, and they're like, here's your award for foreign language film. And I'm like, wait a second. And I like had to pull up the screen to like, I thought it was like some weird glitch or something. So they like gave it to him on the red carpet. That was so stupid. And what the show hadn't even started yet. I mean, it's bad enough when they do it in between like the commercial breaks, but at least then people are watching the show. You know what I mean? People aren't watching the USA pregame for the Critics' Choice Awards, you know? So I don't know. That was just really a bummer. And then they did that throughout the night with like really some pretty big awards, like the screenplay awards, like editors. Guys, my daughter's a professional editor. I get heated about that shit. So yeah. Speaking of heated, you guys nailed it. It is Heated Rivalry. So I want to see that. Who's seen that? Are they gay? They're gay, right? I want to see that. I'm into that. Well, I'm not gay. I'm just saying I'm into that. I just love that kind of like passionate storytelling that's around like pop culture, you know, that everybody's just like talking about. So I really want to see it. Gay hockey. There you go. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. And you still need to watch it. Okay. Let's see. Yep, that's what we were just talking about. And they did. My wife was just asking me earlier. We were eating dinner, and she's like, "What won the TV awards?" And I'm like, "There's so many. I mean, I don't know. There's like 50 TV awards, and they took their time with all of them. You know what I mean? And then we get to the end, the last like 20 minutes, and it's like 10 movie awards in 20 minutes. And I'm just like, it was so stupid. And I made this point on the reaction. If you guys watched it, I made this point too that like just imagine. Because none of those were really crazy, except maybe Train Dreams and Cinematography, which I loved, by the way. But other than that, they were all pretty expected victories. But just imagine if, like, something crazy had won on one of those, you know? Like if One Battle lost screenplay, you know, to Frankenstein because it was really strong. And we don't have time to, like, react to that, you know? And Guillermo doesn't give a speech or whatever. Like, they don't know what's going to win when they decide to do that. It's just stupid. So let's see here what we got. I got a super chat. I need to go up to that one. But I did hate that too, though. Anthony says the screenplay categories is BS. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think I mean, you could say that about a lot of categories depending on what where your allegiances lie. But screenplay is obviously, I mean, unless it's a silent film, you have to have it. So it's definitely a part of the foundation. I also think editing is a huge piece of filmmaking. I mean, do you guys realize how boring and stupid narrative films would be without editing? I mean, so, man, what a fucking bummer. Let's see what I got up here. But I agree with you. Thank you, Smash. Always coming through for me. You didn't have to do that. Thank you so much. She says, it's for putting the awards together tomorrow and for the fun content. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. I appreciate it. As you know, you're the best. You always are. Great supporter of the channel, and I love doing the award show. It's just a lot of work, but once it's over, I'm like, oh, thank God I did that, Last year, by the way, I don't know if you guys went back and watched any of the old ones. It used to be called the Golden Peas if you want to watch it, though. It's not the same title, so you'll have to look for Golden Peas, Peas. But last year, Dune 2 was the big winner, Dune Part 2. And that was one of my favorite movies of the year. And a lot of people were like, well, your fans are like voting for what you like because they like you. And I'm like, okay, and it's fucking great, like, sure, let's do it. Like, so maybe Wicked will sweep this year. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, some people were like thinking I had something to do with it. That's why I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna have my members do everything this year. I'm just gonna make the title cards when I find out what it is. So let's see what else we got here. Thank you so much for the super chat there. Yes, I agree. Kyle says, has there ever been a Best Picture Oscar winner that flopped at the box office? I mean, yeah. I don't know if flop's the right word though, but there's been like, independent films that aren't necessarily trying to make money at the box office, if that makes sense. Like little smaller independent films. I'm trying to think of what the last one would be though. What would be the last like? What would be the last Best Picture winner that wasn't like a huge box office draw? I mean, I guess Coda maybe didn't make any money. At least I don't think it did at the box office. It was a success on streaming, but I don't think it was like a box office success, and that won. But yeah, I mean, I don't think that you have to have a. I think the box office success. I mean, I don't know. I'm not on the Academy, but I think the box office success helps you be recognized. It definitely puts more, eyeballs on the project and increases the visibility of it. But you don't have to have it to win. In fact, a lot of times it hurts you. I mean, because they kind of turn their nose up at that kind of stuff. That's why Sinners might have an uphill battle this year. And one battle after another, while it did make a lot of money and it was a big studio like Warner Brothers, it's not considered like a huge box office blockbuster because it was a huge budget. It was like $140 million or whatever. So, and I don't know where it sits right now, but I know it's not like triple or quadruple its budget. So let's see. I'll go back to here and see what you guys got. Yes, I agree with that. We were talking about that. Oh wow, really? Ooh, I wonder what you have in though, because you do some stuff. Sometimes I think you're fucking with me, but then at the same time I'm like, no, this is just Anthony. But that's cool, man. I always say this. I always make the comment because I'm a huge horror fan, which is part of it. But I always say the thing every year where it's like my favorite movies of the year, like my top five or whatever, are like never in the mix. And I'm actually looking right now. You got it's off screen. You guys can't see it, but I'm actually looking at my top 25 of the year because I'm doing that video this week. And I was out here kind of like reordering stuff and ranking it and writing my script for different movies and stuff. And I'm looking at them right now. The top five, two of them are almost certainly Best Picture nominees. Like 85% or more, they'll be Best Picture nominees, two of them. And then if you expand that to my top 10, four of them with a possible fifth are, so 4 out of my 10, I can tell you right now, are getting nominated for Best Picture. Or in other words, I would be shocked if they didn't. That's huge. Like, that doesn't happen for me usually because I like, horror stuff and like genre filmmaking. And, I mean, even a movie like Sinners, in a normal, like regular Academy environment wouldn't be getting nominated for top of the line stuff. So, I mean, hell, it's great, man. But that's awesome, dude. I love seeing that. I love hearing that about your picks. PTA, Joey says PTA is winning director, but I think it was just an accident as winning pitcher. Okay. Yeah, you mentioned that earlier. That is a bold prediction, but you know what? Stick with it, dude, because as a Wicked fanboy, I can, if you want to like just feel bad for me, read my comments sometimes. People just don't think I should be on the Wicked train and I should be abandoning it and, whatever. But like my whole prediction approach, let me phrase this properly because I do want to be accurate. So let me phrase this properly. So my approach as a pundit or as a predictor or whatever you want to call it is before the precursors is hunch. It's absolutely hunch based. It's absolutely feeling and based on the historical data that we have on what the Academy typically does, and then my hunch. And then once we get the precursors and we have the actual quote-unquote evidence of what the industry likes or responds to, especially the guilds, which will be getting the nominations this week for DGA, PGA, I believe. Right? Yeah, I think it's this week. As well as the BAFTA long list, which will be big because we won't have the BAFTAs before the Oscar nominations this year for the first time in quite a while. But once we see all that and all that's, like, oh, okay, I'll just throw Train Dreams out, for example, like one that's kind of on the fence right now. Like, okay, maybe my hunch right now is that Train Dreams is going to get nominated. But guess what? I don't have any fucking evidence for that. And if anybody tells you they do, they don't. The regional critics groups or whatever, you can't use as a basis for an Academy Award nomination. You can't. You can use it as putting that movie into the conversation to get there. So let's just use Train Dreams as an example. So like if I'm like, oh, my hunch right now is that Train Dreams is in my 10, which by the way it's not, but I'm just using that as an example. And then like it gets all the precursors. And then I'll be like, okay, it's in my 10. I'm staying with that. Or if it missed all of them, then I'd be like, my hunch is stupid. It shouldn't be in there. What was a movie that I bet SCW or Anthony could tell you, or Smash if she's still here. What was the movie that I was like really, really onto, and I had the hunch and I stuck with it forever, and then I was just like, this is not going to happen. But I didn't abandon it until it was like obvious because it was missing even critics groups. What was that? Man, I was really into one that I thought was going to be a big player. There was a couple actually, and they ended up not happening. But you know, based on the prestige and the people involved, sometimes you think these things are going to happen, and you go with your hunch. And until there's a reason not to, Joey, I'm with you, man. Do what you do, man. You know, I think it would be a huge, newsworthy, mind-blowing upset. I mean, I'm just telling you right now, I won't be predicting it, but I could see a window, like a very small crack in a window for Panahi for director as an upset if they get behind his narrative enough to make that happen. SCW says your son has good taste. Greenland is one of the best on a lower scale film. It isn't too bad. I don't really remember it too much, but I just remember at age 8 or 9, I was surprised that he liked it as much as he did. But he's really weird about disaster stuff. Rodney, my dude, that's another wicked man there too. What's up, man? How are you? Here after your Critics' Choice reaction, did I miss a lot? Oh, on the stream? No, you haven't missed anything. I'm just doing AMA, just letting people ask questions. And I wanted to promote my award show tomorrow night. I know you're a channel regular, so I hope you can tune in. All the info's on the screen there for you. And there is a live link. If you just click on the live tab on the channel, you'll see that. Champ Previewer says, still predicting one battle in PTA at the Oscars, but I see a narrative where Sinners and Ryan Coogler win big at the Oscars after doing well at the Guilds. I do too. I think it's going to be an exciting season, especially when you're looking at like acting, because those are really up in the air for the most part, with the exception of maybe Jesse Buckley. So, I mean, Timmy to a certain extent, but even he's kind of like not really definite yet, because Marty Supreme's obviously not as strong as the other ones that we're talking about. But when you look at the text and stuff and like best picture, director, screenplay, they split, right? So they're both probably going to get screenplay. Editing, I can't believe, by the way, the Critics' Choice didn't give one battle editing. Like, what the fuck was that? Like, that was really weird. And I'm not even saying that I dislike the victory and whatever, but that was just strange. F1 is, they love the race car shit, and I get it. I get that I'm an editor. I get it. It's not easy to make that exciting and seamless. I understand that. But I was just really surprised by that. So, to your point, I think that Sinners and One Battle are definitely your 1 and 2. So it's just going to matter if, really what I think is going to matter what's hot at the right moment. Because, you guys know how much I love Honora last year. It was my pick. It was my number 1. I wrote it all season. But it's rare that a movie is so well revered and regarded as the front runner and just stays that way to the victory. Usually that wanes over time. So if we're saying that's One Battle, since like what, July maybe or August, if that's One Battle all that time, is it still going to be One Battle when the voting closes for the Oscars? That's what you have to ask yourself. And this year with the timeline, the BAFTAs are going to have a pretty big influence because they're going to be giving out their awards, which are usually, pinkies in the air prestige voters that cross over, internationally at least. And what are they going to do? Who are they going to give it to? And the Oscar voters that haven't voted are going to see that. So what's going to be hot at the right time between those two films? But I think it's got to be one of those two. I mean, in other words, I would be really surprised if it wasn't. Nouvelle Vague was nominated over Jay Kelly. Yeah, Jesus, dude, what a shit show. I'm so sorry. I mean, I don't dislike Nouvelle Vague. I mean, I don't like it as much as the ones you just mentioned. And I'm not even a huge Ann Lee person. I mean, I liked Ann Lee. But yeah, that was, man, wow. They went fucking rogue on that category. Yeah, we were just talking about that a little bit, Joey. I think it's like, I got to update my predictions, but I'm waiting, obviously, because we're going to get a ton of shit this week. But prior to everything we're getting this week, I have it at like 11 or 12 right now, like right on the outside looking in. But it could very easily be in there, honestly, for Wicked for Good, but I'm waiting. I'm just waiting. I'm not going to abandon my ship, my queen, until I have to. So Wicked for Good has got to get, it absolutely has to get a SAG nomination. And it needs to get a PGA nomination, which frankly it should. It made a shit ton of money. It's a box office success, which usually are very successful at the PGAs. That's the idea. So PGA, I feel great about. SAG, it should technically get, but the only problem is if they view it as a sequel and they don't want to reward it all over again, that could be an issue. But it's got to get those two. BAFTA is a long shot, but it could also get that. But it's got to get two of those three. And I've always said that. So, in full disclosure, if, as a predictor, not as a fan, but as a predictor, if it comes around to the SAG nomination, I think it's on Wednesday, and it doesn't get in there, it's on the thinnest ice you could possibly imagine. I mean, it's literally like one wrong turn and it cracks into the lake. So I'm just waiting. Train Dreams would probably be the swap out for it, to be honest. I'm trying to think off the top of my head because I've already got Secret Agent in. You know, Surratt's a possibility because that's really surging right now, but that's a lot of fucking international movies in the 10. And, you know, Neon too. I mean, you know, you'd be breaking precedents left and right, you know, which I'm not saying, I mean, it can happen. You know, if you feel good about it, you feel good about it. You know, if they're surging at the right time, then it is what it is. But that would probably be the swap out, Joey. So I'm just kind of hanging on to see what happens with Wicked, to be honest. Yeah, I think they just cut to her at the wrong time. That was unfair, SCW, but I saw that too. I thought that as well. I'm like, well, she's kind of pissed off, is she? But I think it was just I hate when they do that because it's like you get the wrong idea because she's so sweet. I mean, there's no way. New Velvog and Blue Moon, it was bizarre. Yeah, I agree with you. It makes the season fun. I was just talking about that, Rodney. Unfortunately, the chances are dropping. To answer your question simply, the answer is yes. But at the same time, like, the haters, whatever you want to call them, the negative Nancys, they, like, come out in droves when it misses, okay? If Train Dreams missed or if Frankenstein missed, like, there's not, like, a million people like talking shit about those movies. You know what I mean? So like it's heightened for us that follow Wicked when something like that happens. But really, if you think about it, it's only really missed the Globes musical or comedy, which was a big one because it's stupid. I don't know why I missed that. But it's not like it's missing a ton. You know what I mean? It was on almost every single. In fact, it was on beyond more Oscar shortlists than I thought it would be on. So if those translate to nominations, I mean, you're looking at 5-6 nominations probably, and that's without any picture acting or anything. So its chances are pretty much stagnant, honestly, like technically, I mean. But I do think the perception overall, you know, in the zeitgeist is that it's dropping. And there is some truth to that because obviously that spreads to people that are going to be voting. I just think SAG is going to be a huge niche in the timeline for Wicked. I really do. It's got to get in there. It really I mean, if it doesn't get in there, I'm going to be deflated for weeks until I find out what's going on. But we'll get PGA a couple days later. So if Wicked's going to be dead, I'll just tell you right now, if it's going to be dead or if it's going to be on life support, we'll know this week by like Friday. We'll know. It has to get, if it doesn't get either one of those, it's gone. Take it out of your predictions. And I'm saying that as somebody that loves that movie. It's not going to get nominated. If it doesn't get PGA and or SAG, really it needs both. But if it doesn't get one of those, it's not getting nominated. So we won't really know the answer to that question, Rodney, until this weekend. So Courageous has it in as their 10. Yeah, PGA is going to be a tough one for Train Dreams. It could happen. But, you know, the Netflix streaming, and they have a bit of a bias towards, you know, money. So, I mean, you know, we'll see. I haven't done my PGA predictions yet. I don't really spend a ton of time, like, studying those like I do for the Academy Awards. So I don't go back into historical nominees and that kind of shit. So I'll have to kind of look and see what the history there is for, like, the smaller films, especially since streaming's been in the mix. But it's a possibility. SCW says Penn's going to win somewhere. I agree. It was really good. And I think that the SAG is where he wins. I mean, you know, I think they just go out for those kind of performances. It has every single checkbox that the SAG goes for. All of them. You could even maybe put narrative in there because it's been a while for Penn, right? I'm trying to think of when his last, like, prestige role that he was awarded for. How long's it been? I'm trying to think. What was his last? So it can't have been like Mystic River or whatever. It was like 20 years ago, right? It can't be that long. Unless I'm forgetting something. But yeah, I think he's the SAG winner this year. I mean, if he's not, it'll be a vote splitting situation like Smash said earlier. If Wicked for Good gets PGA SAG Ensemble, it'll be back in your 10, right? I mean, you've had it out for weeks. I know. A lot of people have, you know. I'm not saying you're wrong. I mean, you know, Me and Rodney, my boy who's here right now. I mean, we're two of like 12 people that are on an island. I mean, I just don't have a reason to yet. I mean, in 2 days I could have a reason to. I mean, literally, that's how quickly these races change. And I mean, Courageous and everybody else here probably knows that. But I think Ariana's safe across the board. Personally, I don't see her missing really. And the win, and that is a win, and people forget that, but that's a win for her too, because what would that be, like the third all time where a person got nominated for the same performance, right? This has only happened twice before in history, 97 years. So if she gets into the Oscars, I mean, that's a huge win in and of itself, honestly. And she should be proud of that, is what I'm saying. Let's see. So Anthony says he thinks the supporting race is between Madigan and Taylor. Taylor doesn't have the credits yet, but I could see why you would think that. I mean, she's in the strongest film. And then obviously Madigan has got the narrative, plus she's already racking up wins. Last night she won for the Critics' Choice Award, so I could see why you think that for sure. I'm gonna wait and see how it plays out, but you're probably onto something there. Let's see. I hate when I'm out of sync with the film community because I think Sean Penn's performance was the weakest out of anyone. Oh wow, really? And Adam Sandler was the worst from Jay Kelly. It is weird when you don't see what the majority. That happens to me too sometimes. And I'm talking about from your angle, because it happened to me actually from the other angle with Jay Kelly. Because I mean, I hit you up actually when I saw it, Courageous, but I freaking love that movie. It's in my top 10 or 12 or so of the year. I was just really moved by it, and I love movies, and it just spoke to me. I just really now. I didn't love it because of Adam Sandler necessarily. I mean, I like him, but it's not like he blew me away in it or anything. But I have been on the other side of that where I'm like, man, that was a piece of shit. And then I'll go home and everybody loves it, and it's a 95 on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm trying to think of the last time that happened, but I know what you mean. It's just you're kind of what's wrong with me? I'm out of touch. What did I miss here? So I get what you're saying there. Rodney says he's kind of bummed Ariana didn't win last night. Wasn't mad, just disappointed. That's kind of how I felt. I didn't really expect her to win, but it was I don't know if you saw my reaction, but something changes when it's your favorite. And I'm not talking about your prediction. I'm talking about your personal favorite and something you're invested in personally. It's just your persona changes. And I'm watching it, and I didn't predict her, and I didn't think she was going to win. And then as soon as they said supporting actress and they're getting ready to present it, I was like, oh shit, they're going to give it to her here. Give it to her, please. I just thought they're going to do it, because in my head I'm looking at the 5 women, and I love all of them. Honestly, it was a really, really good group. And it's going to be a good group all year, including Amy Madigan. But I'm just she should win this, I mean, now I'm biased, and that's my opinion, of course. I understand not everybody's going to think that. And then, of course, they didn't, which is what I knew was going to happen, but it just kind of changes in the moment mentally sometimes, But I wasn't mad about it either, because, I mean, I knew that it was, a long shot, at least at the Critics' Choice. Me too, Joey. Good shout out there. David Johnson deserved better, really, for Alien Romulus too last year. Good actor, really. He's got some stuff coming. Trust me, he's really impressing me in everything that he's in. Let's see what else we got. Did you guys hit me up with another super chat? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Oh no, you didn't. That was Smashes from before. Okay. Let's see. Courageous says she expects Amy Madigan to win. She was sad for Ari, and she hopes she wins something along the way. Me too. I mean, that's my main thing. The Oscar is I'm not going to say out of reach, but it's 10% or less chance right now is what it feels like. But she's got to win something for Glenda. I mean, even if you guys don't like Wicked, that's fine, but you must think that's crazy that she has no televised statue or speech or anything for that role. That's just fucking crazy to me. I mean, it's her dream performance that she's been trying to, or dreaming to be cast in since she was 12 or something like that. Man. What's up, Joey? What did Rental Family get a mention for yesterday? What did I miss? Shit, I feel bad that I didn't see that, because I really like Rental Family. I thought it kind of got boned this season. I don't know why people dismiss that so quickly as a Coda. By the way, I like Coda too, so maybe that's why. But I don't know why people dismiss that so quickly. But I missed the mention for it. What did it get there? I saw Brendan Fraser was there at the ceremony, but I missed it. Let's see. What else you guys got here? Anthony says he wasn't disappointed by F1 editing. I mean, I wasn't disappointed by it. I understand it. I get it. I just was surprised. I don't know. The Critics' Choice do weird shit though. They do weird. I mean, I love Challengers, and that got editing last year, and the Academy acted like it wasn't even a movie. They acted like it didn't even get made. So I'm also not too terribly surprised because it was the CCA, but Adolescence I've heard really good things about. That's the one Stephen Graham won for, right? Yeah, he had a good speech. He had a really good speech. I saw him in Springsteen this year. He's a great actor. Let's see what else you guys got. The Pit's a good one too. Yes. It's it's in Pittsburgh. I didn't know that. But that's the Pit then. Okay, that makes sense. I didn't know that's why that was called that. But yeah, that's a good one. Ava Bandy just showing up to say Honora. God, I love that. Love that. Can I pin this comment? Like to every future live stream? I have Honora back here now. I got my, did I show you guys? If you follow me on Twitter, you may have seen, but my daughter, who's in film, she works in film, knows how much I love this thing. She's a fan too, but not as much of a fan. But she got me the Honora Criterion. Have you guys seen the Criterion Honora? Dude, this thing is fucking sweet. She also got me the Midsummer one. Ari Aster. I can't show you some of the pictures in this because it's like pretty graphic. I don't want to get shut down, but look at this sweet bear art, dude. Are you guys fans of Midsummer? Look at that shit. That's fucking sweet. But it's the director's like Criterion or whatever. She got me these for Christmas. So hooks me up, and I got my Honora on display. My Best Actress winner there, Mikey Madison. I'll put that back up in the background when we're done here. You just made me think of that. Ava, thank you. Let's see. What am I more excited for, The Odyssey or Michael? You know what? If I got to give you an answer right now, I will say The Odyssey. Although I'm really excited for both for different reasons. I am nervous about the reshoots for Michael, though. If that wasn't a thing, if I didn't know about all that, having to reshoot the ending and all that shit, and the legal stuff, I would be more excited about it. But I am excited for both. I think Odyssey would probably be my answer there, though. Oh my God, that would be really good. Could you imagine Ariana as Elle? Oh my God, that'd be great. Let's see. What else you guys got in here? Let's see. I like last year's Best Picture lineup more. Oh, I'm sorry. You like this year's Best Picture lineup more than last year. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Because what did I say? I said 4 out of 10, right? Well, likely 4 out of 10 will be in my best of personal list. Yeah, last year was a Nora. Here, let me go to my letterbox. I have it right here in front of me. Dune Part 2, obviously. I would share this with you guys, but I don't want to give away my year-end list that I'm working on here. What is it? 2024. I do so many lists on Letterboxd. It's crazy. Let's see. What did I have? Oh my God, I forgot I was going to do that one too. I shouldn't have gone on here. I forgot to do these lists, or I forgot to do videos for these lists. Let's see. So here's some of the lead acting, lead actress, best picture, 2024 ranked. Okay, so let's see what got nominated for best picture. So I had, in my top 10 that got nominated last year, I had Dune Part 2, Honora, and The Substance. So I did have 3. Still pretty good. I'm Still Here was right outside my 10. It was number 11. Challengers was in my top 15, which, I mean, I really liked Brutalist, but I had that down to 25. So I agree with you. I think this lineup is stronger, although I'm looking at these movies and I'm like, 2024 was good. We did Furiosa dirty, though. Furiosa was fucking a good movie, and just nobody went to see that shit. Sorry, I just saw it. It made me angry again. Same thing with Sing Sing getting screwed over last year. All right, I'm going to wrap up soon, guys, because I got my award show tomorrow night. But let me go through some of these comments real quick. I'll do rapid style here. So if you have any questions, throw them in there real quick. I'll look for question marks. So make sure you put a question mark if you have a question for me. Let's see. I'll start here. Rodney's my guy. Lucy Lou's Rosemead. That's also on my top 10 that you haven't heard of. By the way, I hope I really get to do that video. I was thinking about doing would you guys think it would be stupid if I did like my top 25 movies of the year and I started it with like 10 honorable mentions, but it was those 10 like movies you've never seen or you haven't heard of? But then I can't really like talk about them, you know? I need to do a separate video. I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. Hopefully I can maybe do that one next week after some of these precursor stuff's over. Rental Family was it. Damn, you're right, Smash. Yes. Rental Family is the one that I had for a long time until after TIFF. And even after TIFF, I think I put it at like 11 for a while. And I was like, we'll see if it comes back. And I think I predicted it to show up somewhere, and it didn't. Globes. Yeah, I thought the Globes might go out for it, and they didn't. No. Rodney says, is No Other Choice dead? No, it's not. Not buried dead. It's on the ground. It's on the ground with one foot in the grave, maybe. I don't think the other foot's on a banana peel, though. Secret Agent and really Surratt are killing No Other Choice. That movie surged like, what the fuck? What happened here? I mean, I like it. I don't like it as much as No Other Choice, but there's just so much internet, which is a good problem to have. First of all, I don't want to sound negative when I say this, but there's so much international stuff in the mix this year. And Park Chan-wook, unfortunately, he's got my Timmy. You guys see the Timmy graphic there? I'm not changing that. Where's Anthony at? Is Anthony still here? I'm not changing my Timmy graphic, sir. But, you know, Park Chan-wook historically, unfortunately, is just overlooked. He's just one of those people, you know? Like, you know, it would be like if Lynn Ramsey, Die My Love, was in the mix this year, which I wish it was, but it's not. And somebody was like, is Die My Love dead? My inherent reaction would be yes, because it's Lynn Ramsey. And they just don't, you know, recognize her. And Park Chan-wook suffers from the same epidemic. You know, they just don't respond to his stuff for whatever reason. You know, I hope No Other Choice shows up at my award show this week. We'll see. I mean, it was on the short list that I created for my members, but it's easily one of the best of the year. Definitely one of the best international films of the year. And he's such a great filmmaker, man. He's just always doing these like really inventive, just out of the box things that are not like gimmicky. Like you don't go, oh, he's just playing student filmmaker. You know, you go, wow, how the fuck did he do that? You know what I mean? Like you rewind it and watch it again. Like it's really visionary stuff that he does. And he is his own influence, which I love. And he just kind of does what he wants to do, and it ends up hitting 95% of the time. Anthony's got a stat here for us. He says 45 of the previous Best Picture winners were my favorite films of their years. 45 of them. Let me read this right. 45 of the previous Best Picture winners were my favorite films of their years. And another 25 made it into my top 10 list. Wow, that is a good stat. Also, you might be older than me. I just turned 50. I don't know. Yeah, SCW knows what's up. Amelia, why are we? I don't even want to. Oh God, there's so many Amelia Perez shout outs. Oh God, the algorithm's going to start recommending Amelia Perez to me again. Can't do it. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. What the hell was that? Why did that get so many nominations? I know why. I love the trans representation in that movie and in that production and in general, but like the Academy loves to rally around being an ally for something that's important in the moment. You know what I mean? The movie itself, regardless of the allegiance that you want to have to various groups and stuff and diversity and all that, the movie itself is a piece of shit. I don't care who stars in it. You know what I mean? Or what their orientation is. It's not good. So I just never agreed with that. 13 nominations that thing got. So you're telling me that at the end of the day, depending on what happens this year, Emilia Perez could end up with more Oscar nominations than a movie like One Battle After Another. Like, really? You're fucking telling me that? Like, okay. Let's see what we got here. What's Mikey doing over there? Mikey's doing something. Oh, that means I got a super chat, I think. Do you guys think I should update my graphics for this year? So I had Mikey. I think that was a super chat. Let me pull it up. Um, he wants to let me know he turned 36. I had Mikey for super chats. I have Timmy for subs and Doc Brown, I think, for memberships. I don't know. I might change them. I don't want to. I don't want to lose Mikey and Timmy though. I got to have them on there for something. Maybe I'll do a Marty Supreme Timothy. And then has Mikey done anything since Honora? I don't think she has, right? Maybe I could do one of her SNL gifs, maybe or something. Is it GIF or GIF? I don't know. I say GIF. Thank you for the super chat, Anthony. I bust your balls, but I appreciate your support, man. Seriously. Let me go through these quick here, see if I have any questions. These Amelia Perez's are tripping me out. Courageous says, now Testament of Ann Lee is one that I might proclaim dead. You know what? That movie is weird, though, because have you guys ever, I'll make this quick, but hit me with a title that you can think of when I say this. Have you guys ever seen a movie and been like, I didn't really like that. Like, I didn't hate it, but whatever. But then you can't stop thinking about it, and like for some reason you want to rewatch it. That's Ann Lee for me. Like, I saw it about a week ago, and I mean, Amanda Seyfried fucking blew me away. Like, she's really fucking good in it. Like, she deserves anything she gets nominated for the performance. But when it was over, I was just kind of like, I mean, sure. But then it like grew in my head and it like became more fascinating to me as I sat with it. And I'm talking about over multiple days. And then like to the point where like 2 or 3 days later, I was like on a Wikipedia rabbit hole about Ann Lee and the Shaker movement and all this shit. And me and my son were talking about religion in the car and shit because of it. It was like, and I've just been thinking about it nonstop, but I also didn't like it. Do you guys have any movies like that? That's kind of like what it is for Ann Lee for me. Oh my God, I'm not clicking on a Amelia Perez comment. You guys are trying to get me. Look at this. I like that one. I'll leave that one there. SCW says he kind of hoped Clooney would have gotten more love this season. He is really good in Descendants. I thought Up in the Air was probably his best. He was also really good in, what's the Mice and Men fucking thing? He's really good in that too. But yeah, he's good. You know, he's a seasoned actor at this point. It's kind of like do whatever the hell he wants. But I thought Jay Kelly's narrative fit him perfectly. Like, I literally felt like it was his biopic. That's what I felt like, you know. And that wouldn't have worked if it had not been for his performance. I'm so upset. I'm so upsetting. Like, please, what are you getting from all that hate? Are you talking about me? I don't hate really anything. I may have missed it. She may have been talking to one of you guys. But no, I don't. If you're talking, oh, now I see you're talking about. I really hope Wicked. Yeah, if you're talking about Wicked, it's definitely not me. I fucking love Wicked. You guys see about Ariana poster back there? I put it in the garage. It's blurred. You see, it's right here. That's her Glenda poster from Wicked for Good. I put it there. I'm like, where can I put it? And now you can't see it, so I think I'm gonna put it over here. Maybe, I don't know. Especially during award season. But no, I don't hate it. I love it. I don't really hate anything. Honestly, this award season, I did kind of hate Amelia Perez last year, if that's what you're talking about. And I'm sorry. Not that I hated it. I just hated that it got so many nominations. I was just like, that's unnecessary. But no, I didn't hate it. I don't hate it. Let's see. What else you guys got here? Skarsgård, you mean Stellan? What's up, Ryan? Did we say hey already? I didn't see you, man. Sorry if I missed you there, but what's up, dude? If you mean Stellan, I do too. I think he's got the BAFTA. I think he'll win BAFTA this year. Frankly, he should, based on, you know, the movie and what it is, and international, and him, you know, his narrative and his longevity. I think he probably will. But if he doesn't, then obviously he's in trouble. Let's see. What do we got here? SCW says thoughts on Heat 2. Leo's involvement definitely piqued my interest, without a doubt. 100%. Isn't Austin Butler in that too? I think. Unless I'm thinking of something else. I think Butler's been cast in that too, maybe in the younger Val Kilmer role, maybe. But yeah, I'm excited about that big time. Big time. Love Heat. One of the best ever. I actually came to that one late. I actually just saw that for the first time, like maybe 5 years ago. But I loved it. Really good. Really good. AXR, what's up? How you doing, brother? Elordi can't be ruled out at BAFTA. That's true. By the way, I love Saltburn. If I'm a defender of Saltburn, it was my like number 3 movie of the year that year, and everybody talk about comments. Everybody's like, cancel your channel, quit criticism, like all this shit. And I'm just like, I fucking loved it, guys. Like my podcast partner like didn't talk to me for like a week. It was like I hated that movie. I thought it was so good. I mean, I love Emerald Fennell though, so that could be why. But anyway, the reason I brought that up is because when he won last night, I think I edited it out actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, I think I took it out because it was too much gibberish. But when he won, and in that like interim when he was like walking to the stage, I was like talking about Saltburn for like 90 seconds. I think I took it out. 'Cause I'm like, that's my Saltburn guy, you know? That's my guy. Yeah, no, I fucking love that movie. But you're right. That is true. Yeah, I see. I mean, he's definitely nominated there, I think. I think that's pretty much a gimme. But I, I don't know. If he gets that and he has the Critics' Choice Award and the BAFTAs are right before the Oscars, watch out. Like, that could be enough to be like, all right, here it is. Congratulations. I would say no. SAG voting closed the same day as the Critics' Choice Awards, so they're not going to be influenced by that win. Nobody expected that win. They might tell you they did. They didn't. I take that back. 4% of people did, at least in the Award Expert app, which is not a lot. I expected it like 30 minutes before it happened. You know, and if you see that on my video, I'm watching it live, I'm like, this looks good for Elordi. Frankenstein's doing exactly what it needs to do for Elordi to come along with it. And then it's weird. I was talking about hunches earlier, but like I'm watching it and I'm like, I just felt it. I think I said it on my video. I'm like, this could be Elordi. I don't think anybody else. I watched a couple today. I watched my friend Ryan Castleman's today, or I should say I listened to it in my car. And then there was another one I listened to in the car. And they weren't saying that. They were saying Stellan and, you know, one battle did, which I mean, I get it. I mean, that's what I was saying too 30 minutes before it happened. But I just felt like, Frankenstein was at the right place for something to benefit from that. And the one battle guys split votes, period. They just did. And the same thing could happen with like the Sentimental Ladies, or like, you know, if Haley Steinfeld gets in the mix and she's in there with Wound Me, like that could happen for them. Like whenever that happens and the film is strong, it doesn't help the two that are in the category together, if that makes sense. Because they're going to equally both get X number of votes, you know, because of the strength of the film. It's just going to be a matter of what was your favorite performance in that strong film, you know, and it's rarely unanimous because they both got nominated. So they're both well revered, you know. I mean, that's kind of the way I see it. Anthony says he's out of sync. Basically, with all my favorites, we know. Timmy, Ari, all of it, I know. What else we got here? Yeah, he did. We talked about that. You know, but I agree with you about Odessa. Did you see my Courageous? I meant to ask you actually when I saw your letterbox about that. I meant to send you a link to my top 25 performances of the year. She made my top 5 after I saw the movie of the entire fucking year. Okay, that's how good I think she was in that. She outacted the potential probable Oscar winner in that movie. And I mean, that's my opinion. I know it's yours too, but she was definitely the standout in that film for me. She kind of did for me in that movie, even though it was a supporting performance, she kind of did for me in that film what Timmy did for me in a movie like Call Me By Your Name, where I was just like, holy shit, who is this? You know? Let's see. Yes. I was saying that earlier. I mean, it is so fucking crazy to me. I'm sitting here thinking, what do I do for my Globe predictions? You know, I mean, what do I do? Comedy or musical, right? And they didn't give it to her last year. Would they give it to her? I don't know. What do you guys think? They could, you know. And that would be amazing for people like me to be like, what was that, guys? You know. Now, you know, I wouldn't do that because I'm wrong more often than I'm right, especially at this stage of the game. But if for nothing else, I just want her to be recognized for it, you know? And I'm talking about like publicly on television. You know, I know she's won critics prizes and she has awards for the performance. I know that. And like I said, if she were to get nominated at the Oscars, which I still think she is, then that's a win because Al Pacino did it for Godfather, right? Who else did it? Kate Blanchett did it for playing the same role, although I don't think the films were in a franchise or anything like that. But I think that's it, unless I'm forgetting something. So she'd be the third person that's done it in a 97, 98-year history. So, see if I got any more questions in here. Oh, yes. Yes. Let me put your comment on the screen. Yes. Okay, I'm sorry. I did know that. I just forgot about it. Yes, absolutely. I thought that was great too. I knew Miles Caton was going to win that. I thought if he didn't, it would be Jacoby. By the way, nobody told me. You guys come at me about all these international pronunciations, which you're right. I should fucking Google it before I talk about it. But nobody told me that I was pronouncing Jacoby when it's supposed to be Jacoby. Not one of you guys. I can't believe you. Um, but yeah, I thought it would be the one of the two of them. But she was really good in that. I really liked Rental Family. I wish it was. I don't know why. I don't know why people gave up on that so quickly. Me too. Me too. Let's get Mikey on screen ASAP. In fact, Courageous said something on her Twitter, if she's still here, about having Odessa, right? Was it Odessa and Mikey that you said being in a movie together as sisters? I was like, oh my god, please, I can't do that. I have to like camp out at the theater for like 14 days to like see it as many times as I possibly can. Um, yes, Mother Mary, bitch. Yes, that's Charlie. That's Anne Hathaway and Hunter Schafer, who I love. Trans representation we were just talking about. I actually had her in my supporting actress possibilities for this year that just ended, and the movie didn't come out. Now I think with the movie coming out in April, it's David Lowery, so that's sometimes kind of like Lynn Ramsey, where it's like I don't think they're maybe not going to go for it, but I'm very very excited for it. Awards chances or not, I'm very excited for that one. It's my cup of tea. It's got me written all over it. Oh my God! You see what Courageous is saying to me here? That's okay. That's all right. You know I love Nora. So Mother Mary and the Bride is going to be really good too. Also Jesse Buckley. A drizzle. We were talking earlier. I just don't know if I know how to pronounce your name. I'm so sorry. A drizzle, right? A drizzle. Am I saying that right? Also, I can't see. I think it says a drizzle. She says she just wanted to say that she loves the. Oh, thank you so much. Who actually likes movies and is not a highbrow snob. That's true. Film bros who left a bad taste in my mouth. I'm happy I found it. Oh, thank you so much. That means a lot. I appreciate that. And yeah, I'm just me. I just love movies. Maybe too much, maybe to my detriment. But all my kids are in the film industry, and I like to think they have those interests because I'm just like do nothing but watch films my whole life. I got my kids out here doing predictions for award shows and shit. So like it's just something that we share and that I've always shared. My dad shared with me before he passed, and it's a thing that's kind of continuing. A couple sports teams too, but those can be a little more heartbreaking. Although the Panthers did get into the playoffs, any Carolina Panthers fans in the house, we shouldn't have gotten to the playoffs, but we did. So we'll be playing on Sunday. Yeah, Sing Sing was good. It deserved more. Thanks, SEW. I see you there, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. A Anna Drew. Oh my God. Speaking of pronunciation, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna fuck that up. So I'll just say Annie. I'll just say Annie. We're talking about Honora, so I'll do that. Have you ever attended any film festivals in person, Tiff? No, but ironically, my wife signed my permission slip for this year. So I'm trying to decide which one to go to, honestly. I'm thinking I might do the easiest and drive to New York, which is not too bad for me. It's like 7 or 8 hours. Or I might just go all out and do TIFF. I don't know yet, but I'm probably going to do one this year. I just don't know which one. But yeah, also my like vacation time at work sometimes is an issue because I only get 1 week a year until next year, which would be 2027. I'll get 3, but until then I only have the 1 week, so that makes it a little trickier. I could just go for like a long weekend kind of thing. So I have to be really strategic about it. Let's see, anything else or anything else that you guys want? Yeah. Me and you both. Me and you both. Y'all are like wild on the Amelia Press shit. I mean, I'm not going to argue with any of you about anything you're saying, but it's just crazy to me. It's just crazy to me how many people dislike that film, myself included, and how crazy it was revered. But I do agree with what Courageous is saying here too about the issues with it for sure, which is what I didn't want to like call out, but absolutely I agree with what she's saying there. It's just not good. And Cam knows what's up too. What's up, Cam? How you doing, brother? Did you sneak in here? I didn't even see you. Oh, women talking? Yeah, yeah. Women talking was like a weird experience for me too. Like I did really like it, but not initially, which I think is kind of what you're saying. Like when I first saw it, I was just kind of like, that's literally women talking, you know. But then when you start thinking about the themes that they were talking about, and that were like not even talking about, but that were like kind of built into the narrative, it becomes a bit of a, I guess earworm's not the word, but a bit of a mind seed that just kind of blossoms, you know. So I agree with you on that one. Uh, yeah, I see Courageous saying the women talking was good too. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I rewatched it a couple times after that first viewing. That actually was talking about film festivals. I actually saw that early at a film festival that year, but it was our local one here, like the Southeastern Regional Film Festival or whatever they called it. It's not around anymore because of COVID. They postponed it and never came back. But that's actually where I saw it, and that was kind of a crappy like theater experience for me too. So that probably hurt it because it's such a quiet movie and it was a weird theater going experience. So, but after watching it a couple more times, it's really good. I really liked so Rooney Mara, right? Rooney Mara was in that. I really liked her performance in that. What else we got? What else we got? You guys are great. Thank you so much for thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I want to tell you guys real quick. Oh, Brittany's here. She knows about the Panthers. You know what, Brittany? Man, I don't know how they got in there. I really don't. I'm like, okay, they're in. They beat the Rams once already. Let's fucking go. You know, I don't know. I don't feel great about it because they should have put that to bed a few weeks ago. But they're in there. So, um, let me tell you guys real quick. So on the screen here, make it a little bit bigger for you. I can't tell what the hell you guys see, but I think you see what I'm doing here. Tomorrow night, the Garage Awards. Please tune in if you can. As you see, it's at 9:30 tomorrow night. That's Eastern time. Got a couple of my friends coming out onto the channel, and they're going to basically announce the nominees that my committee or my channel members came up with. If you guys are interested in channel memberships, it's only a couple bucks a month. There's different tiers, but for as little as a couple bucks a month, you can be involved. You can get all my members only live stream. I try to put all my rankings videos and all that stuff early for my members too, a couple days in advance, so they can watch them whenever they want before everybody else gets a chance to. And you know, custom emotes. Smash or Courageous, if you guys are still here, throw up some custom emotes. We got Mikey in there. We got Leo from One Battle in there now. We got what else is in there? Ariana Grande. Throw that one in there, please. I would do it, but I'm not on YouTube right now. But yeah, throw up Ariana. So you get all those custom emojis that you can use on live streams and in the chat and on comments section of my videos. And then you get your own badge too. And after 1 year, you get an Academy Award badge. So. And then I try to just, you know, take care of my members. I give them a free movie every month. I just gave away, what do we give away? We gave away Superman. And next month, I'm going to give away, or I guess really is this month, is PTA's in the conversation. So I'm going to give away the 4K to Boogie Nights, which just came out on 4K, by the way. And as you can see, I haven't even opened it, but I was reading reviews about the transfer, and I've heard it's, like, fucking stellar. So if you guys are into that, win that thing, because I bet you it looks good. That's my favorite PTA movie, by the way. Boogie Nights. I did that ranking a few months ago when One Battle came out, and I didn't expect it to be my favorite one, but as I was ranking, I was like, you know what? I think it's my favorite one. So thank you so much for the membership. Who was that? Somebody just became a member. You guys are the best. I guess all I have to do is talk about it. It was, my friend was like, you never tell people about it. Of course you don't have any. And then I started talking about it, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess you're right. So thank you. Oh, that was Brittany. That's my girl. Are you in North Carolina, by the way, Brittany? You probably are, because you're a huge Panthers fan, too. So that's so sweet. Thank you so much. But, yeah, I just try to take care of my members and try to, you know, you guys are my family out here when I'm in the garage and talking movies. So I appreciate it. But tomorrow night is a big one for me because I put a lot of work into it. The awards ceremony itself, the winners, will be announced on the 17th of February, also at 9:30, also on YouTube. Tomorrow's is live, so we're going to go through the nominations, and I will see the slides like right before we go live. I literally have no idea what got nominated as I'm sitting here. So I'm hoping my members came through for me. And I'll find out tomorrow. So I know you guys did. I know you guys did. I know Timothy's in there. I know Ari's in there. We're good. We're good. I know everything's fine. 11 film categories we'll be awarding, and you guys will have 2 weeks to vote on those. And at the end of the 2 weeks, I got to send out. I do this whole thing. It's crazy, but I send little envelopes to all the presenters. I have like 7 or 8 presenters, and they come on the channel and they present the award, and they literally open the envelope like they were on TV, and they announce the winner. And that's how we find out who won the category. And my wife helps me put them together for anonymity and all that kind of stuff. So looking forward to it. It's a lot of fun every year, but it is a lot of work. So I wanted to make sure to do this live stream tonight. Just talk about award season, but also to let everybody know about it. So hopefully we can get a good turnout tomorrow night. It will be on the channel after tomorrow night. I know Courageous says she has plans tomorrow night. I'm sure other people do as well. So it will be on the channel, after the stream ends for you to watch it whenever you get a chance to also. And share it and all that kind of stuff. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. Brittany, thank you so much for joining. A lot of content is coming up this week. So you guys aren't going to believe this. You know how I do my monthly tier list where I rank everything I saw in December? I actually recorded that on like December 29th or something like that, and I haven't even touched it until I edit it. So I might just put that out for members, honestly, because I don't know when the hell I'm going to put that out this week. So I might just not even really edit it and just put it on the members thing and let you guys just see what I watched in December and how I rank it. But we got all the awards reactions because we got, my show, but we have the SAG Awards are Wednesday, or nominations are Wednesday. The DGA's Thursday. The PGA's Friday. And then nothing Saturday, I don't think. And then the Globes are Sunday. And I think, Brittany, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's the Panthers game too. So I'm going to be like reacting all over the fucking place. I'm going to have like NFL and like Globes. I'm just going to my wife's going to hate me on Sunday. It's going to be crazy. But I'm doing reactions and predictions for all that stuff if I haven't already. So all that stuff will be there. Oh, we got one more super chat here. I don't know why. Sometimes it doesn't tell me. Oh, thank you so much, Smash. I appreciate it. As I said before, you're a big supporter. If you're watching this in the future, guys, or obviously if you're here right now and you're into memberships, just click join down below. You can read all about it. But please, 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 if you're seeing this before Tuesday the 6th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, then tune in to the live tab on my channel, as there's already a link up there, and you can set notifications and watch the nominations for the Garage Awards this year. We're going to honor the year in film. Guys, thank you so much for everybody that tuned in, that was hanging out live. And if you're watching this in the future, I appreciate you too. What else? Jacob Elordi, big win. Big win for him. I'm happy for him. I really am. That was the biggest surprise. That and the Train Dreams cinematography win was huge too. You guys are the best. What are we saying up here? Somebody saying bye to me. Let's see. I feel bad that Toller's here. What up, Toller? That's my guy. I didn't miss any super chats. I don't think I did. One time I logged off and I had like 3 super chats that I didn't recognize, and I was like trying to find the people's like home address to like send them a Hallmark gift because I was so pissed. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I did that. You guys are the best. Tune in tomorrow night. Toller, I don't know if you missed it. I have my own movie awards. I'm doing it tomorrow night, so be there. 9:30 p.m. Eastern. A couple buddies of mine are going to announce the nominees in 11 movie categories that I had nothing to do with the nominees. And you'll hopefully Warfare shows up. I hope. I had that on the short list, so we'll see if that shows up. I know that was one of your favorites last year. That's it, guys. I did a little over an hour. I need to get some sleep before the award show tomorrow night. But I hope I see all you guys then. If you are there tomorrow night, make sure you shout out in the chat and let me know you're there. And I appreciate you guys as always. I'll talk to you soon. We'll do the Garage Awards tomorrow night, and a lot of awards content is on the horizon. I will see you soon. Thanks, guys.